Hi friends, so today we're going to be reviewing Unit 5 from Fundations, okay? This is kind of where things can get a little more tricky and there's just a lot to learn in these units. So please remember, these are just really quick review videos. Today we're not even going to be reviewing everything we learned in Unit 5. We're just going to be reviewing the most important big topics. So when you go to practice some of this on your own and you get stuck or you have questions or you just feel like you need a little more review, please don't hesitate to reach out to your teacher and let them know that you need a little extra support, okay? So looking at Unit 5, one of the biggest things that we talked about were multisyllabic words. Okay, remember, multisyllabic just means that there's more than one syllable, right? There's multiple syllables. Okay, we also talked about how to tell if a word is a compound word or not. Okay, so just very quickly, remembering correctly, a compound word just means that it's a multisyllabic word where both of the syllables or all of the syllables are words on their own that contribute to the meaning of that big compound word. Okay, so for example, the word sunset, right? We split that word sun and set. Okay, sun is a word on its own and set is a word on its own, okay? And it makes sense when you think about that the sun is setting, okay? It's called a sunset, right? So both of these words contribute to the big meaning of the word sunset, okay? And just like that, the word bathtub, right? We have bath, which is a word, and tub, which is a word. Both of these words make sense on their own and they contribute to the meaning of the word bathtub, right? We take a bath in a big tub, right? A bathtub. Okay, now, other than compound words, there are words that aren't compound words that are just plain old multisyllabic words, and it can be kind of tricky when deciding when to or where to sort of split those syllables up, okay? So we learned a bunch of different rules to help us decide where to split those words. So if you remember right, what we're supposed to do is we are supposed to find our vowels, okay? And then we're supposed to look right in between our vowels to kind of help us decide where to split those, all right? Another important thing to remember is that if a word does have more than one vowel, right? All these words have more than one vowel, that's a good indicator to you that, okay, that is a multisyllabic word, right? Words like luck or buck, right? Those are one syllable words. They have one vowel. Okay, so let's take a look at situation A right here. We have the word mascot, okay? I am going to find my vowels, so I have A and O, okay? Looking in between my vowels, I notice that I have two consonants, okay? If you remember correctly, if you have a situation where you have two consonants in between a multisyllabic word, we are simply going to split those consonants so that each syllable gets a consonant, okay? So mascot, okay? Looking at the word habit, we have another situation here. So I see A and I, but between my vowels, I only see one consonant, okay? This is when your brain should trigger back to Unit 3 and you should be thinking about closed syllables, okay? Remember the rule here is that if there's one consonant in between those vowels, we are going to stick that consonant with the first syllable to close it in, right? Have it, okay? Another situation we might have here, I have A and E. You might right away be thinking, okay, there's two consonants, each syllable gets a consonant, right? Kind of like this word. But that's not the case here because CK is a digraph, okay? And your brain should sort of be thinking of those colored cards in our classroom thinking, we can't break up C and K. They have to stay together because it's a digraph, okay? So it's going to kind of look like the word mascot it's going to kind of look like habit where we're closing in that syllable, but the K is actually going to go with the C because we can't break up that digraph, okay? So jack it, all right? Our last sort of situation that we may have here, so looking at our vowels, and then in between our vowels, we do have three consonants, okay? If you remember right, the rule for this is that we typically only need one consonant to close in that vowel, okay? So we're just going to not be selfish here, and we're going to just take that one consonant with to close it in and give the rest to the other syllable. So this would be children. Okay, I know that was very fast, But the biggest thing to remember is to find your vowels, find what's in between, and then remember to always close in that first syllable if you can, okay? We are going to take a look at 2 words of the day to help practice this together before you try it on your own. So we have the word disrupt and we have the word mimic, okay? At this point, I want you to pause the video and see if you can mark these words up on your own. Okay, so hopefully you started off right away by noticing your vowels, and then you looked in between. So for disrupt, I have 2 consonants in between, and if you remember right, our rule, we are not going to be selfish, and we are just going to share and split up those consonants between our syllables. So we have disrupt, okay? Looking at the word mimic, we have 2 vowels again, it must be multisyllabic, and we have 1 consonant in between. Okay, remember we must close in our first syllable. So our first syllable is going to take that consonant and we're going to be mim-ic. Okay, again, this is very, very short and we learned a ton in this unit. So as you're practicing the words below and marking them up, if you have any questions or you need extra support, rewatch some videos or reach out to your teacher if you need their help.